BookTube. Today I wanted to do a bit of a catch up and a currently reading video, just to kind of get back in the swing of things. That got messed up. I am just sitting in my room today. I'm in a different spot than I normally film in, so yeah. Wow. So, my currently reading. I've been struggling for a bit to keep up my reading habits, and I'm trying to get back into it. Because for a while I was reading every day, and I was reading consistently and a lot, and I just feel like I've lost it, and I don't know what happened, and I don't know how to get it back. So right now, for class, I'm reading Norwegian Wood by Haruki Murakami. I've been talking about Murakami a lot on my channel lately, so go watch that video if you haven't seen it already. But I really love Murakami, and this is, I think, probably his most famous book. I'm about halfway through it now, but I'm super behind even for my school reading. Which is unusual for me because we're supposed to be, I think, 100 pages farther than I am. But I'm trying to catch up, and so that's all I've been doing today. I woke up at like 12 p.m. today, and I've just been reading, and that's been my whole day. And it's only like 3 now, but yeah, so my days consisted of sleeping and reading. But that's not a bad day, I don't think. And so, yeah, so Norwegian Wood is about, a young guy named Toru who is in college. He has this awful roommate that he calls Stormtrooper, who's really funny, and he talks about that a lot. But Toru himself was kind of like an empty and like boring person. The light's kind of weird, but I don't care. I'm gonna leave it, so I'm sorry. So anyway, Toru is kind of a nothing person. Like, he doesn't have much of a personality, and it talks about that a lot, and talks about his lack of personality. And so because of that, it kind of illuminates other people's personalities, which I think is really cool. So there's a couple different women in his life. There's Naoko, who is like the main one, and he has kind of this like Gatsby and Daisy relationship with her. Like, he's so in love with her, and she's all he can think about ever, and it's romantic, but it's also just really sad. So there's that, and then there's Midori, who's probably my favorite character, because I identify so strongly with her. And if you've read it, you'll probably know why. She's this like kind of like rogue. She lies about a lot of her life, but she goes through a hard time and like cuts all her hair off, which is something that I did. And so it's just, I find a lot of parallels with Midori. And then there's like Reiko, who I don't like that much, but yeah, and so it's all about Toru and these people in his life who are all kind of broken, and he's kind of the only one who's not. And so it's him kind of like coping with everyone in his life falling apart around him and not knowing how to deal. But it's just beautiful, and it's real, and it doesn't have a lot of Murakami's usual magical realism, but he makes all of these like normal everyday things feel supernatural and feel strange, and he shows you the weirdness in everyday life, which I think is really cool. So I love that aspect of it also. But yeah, so that's what I'm reading right now. I also started his newer book, which is Killing Commendatore, but I haven't really had time to read it, and I think I'm just going to focus on this and then read that after. I also just finished Nick Offerman's Paddle Your Own Canoe on audiobook, which was fun. I wasn't that into it, but yeah, I feel like a lot of the memoirs of his all kind of have the same like 5 themes and the 5 same like topics that he talks about over and over again. And so once you've read one of them, I feel like you've kind of read all of them, which I was not hoping would be the case because I like his writing and I think he's very funny. So it was a little disappointing, but yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at. I'm also, I've talked about this in my last video, but I'm doing a campaign this month called Dressember, where I pledge to wear a dress every single day of the month, and then I have people sponsor me. And so if you would like to sponsor me, I'll put a link in the description and up there. Um, I'm trying to raise money to help stop human trafficking and help rehabilitate victims of human trafficking through things like training and education, paying for trial fees, child services, and things like that. So if you'd like to help out, it's a good cause. I'll put the link there and in the description below. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry this is a bit of a weird video today. I know the lighting's kind of bad. Um, but anyway, this is how I'm feeling. I didn't want to like sit down and do like a real person thing and like think about it. I just kind of wanted to talk about books. So yeah. Oh, I forgot. The last book that I'm reading is called If He Hollers, Let Him Go. That's also for class, but I'm not as into it. If you've read it, tell me. I'm really curious, like, if it's actually good or not. Because right now I'm really not into it, and I really don't want to finish it. I have to because it's for class, but I don't like it. So I'm curious if other people have had a similar experience or not. So let me know in the comments. Yeah, I can't remember who that's by, and I don't really care to find out because I just don't like it. But yeah, okay. Thanks for watching. Bye.